host, Jamal Radio Raheem Harris. Now, for those who are new to this On the Record, the show, we talk about records, CDs, whatever. Normally we go to a record store, but on this season, we're going to have guests because it's COVID out here. So I can't be going to record stores like that. So I wanted to get creators, whether they create music or photos, whatever, and have them show their collection. So we have Jake, who's been on the Harris Show a whole bunch of times. So you already know who he is. I'm going to ask him a whole bunch of questions. He's going to show you his collection and elaborate on his answers. So let's get into this. So, or first, do you want to introduce the Blackness? Actually,
that would help. I mean, you see the shirt. I wore the shirt for the occasion. The shirt says Black classical music, jazz, neo soul, R&B, hip hop, and rock and roll. So you could buy this shirt from my website, theblackness.org. Again, theblackness.org. Or you could follow the Instagram page at __blackness. That's 2 underscores. You can find shirts like these and more. Thank you. On to your question.
All right, and this stuff will be in the description too. I normally just get into it. I was like, wait. All right, so what got you into collecting records? Or just, let's go with that, collecting records.
Playing DJ, the grown-ups, they doing grown-up stuff. They might be smoking some cigarettes, some cigar-weed, some sipping a little cognac, a little of that Crown Royale, a little bit of that E&J, some Schlitz malt liquor, and they not gonna get up from the spades table and they're not gonna go get their own drink, their own cigarette, or change the record. Because when I grew up, there's no iPod, there's no digital music streaming. There's no such thing as it. There's no music videos. So all we got is records, tapes, and stuff like this. So that means it's gonna play, it's gonna stop, somebody has to go change it. Well, what better person to change it than the person that's not on the spades table? So if you're not playing spades, you're not playing dominoes, it's party time every Friday. It was my job and all the other kids' job. Hey, go flip the record over. Then when it ends, hey, go change the record. And then I started to learn what a 45 and a 32 was as far as records. So that's something you pick up because you keep doing it, you keep changing it, and you keep saying the speed of the record. If you got a bigger or more advanced record player, you could kind of turn that RPM up or down. Learning how to put the needle on the record, learning how not to scratch a record, how to pull it off without cracking it and putting it back. There's a lot of repercussions for making mistakes like that. So,
I fucked up a couple records. Like but the thing is, I bought some real cheap ones that I didn't care about because I was like, I don't know how to do this, But it sounds better. That's the only reason why I was like, I like records because the sound is better. I don't know why it sounds better. And CDs sound better than MP3 to me. I don't know why, but I fucked up a couple records. Like, whew. Cause I just pulled them off and then like, whew.
Yeah, being wild with it. Come on, man.
At least it was like records I didn't care about that I got from like Goodwill. So you basically answered my second question. But how long have you been collecting records?
So my answer is 2 answers. I would say the 1980s, but that's collecting in a different way. It's like, oh, you don't want this no more? I'll take it. Or, every time we move, because I moved a lot, every time we move, people would just throw stuff away and I would keep it. Like, I don't have any money. I can't buy anything. But with me playing the records, I learned the ones I liked. So we talking about like Betty Wright, some Marvin Gaye, some Al Green, some stuff like that. A couple of the Down Home Blues, some B.B. King, some ZZ Hill. It's all types of stuff. So it's all over the place. So I love, of course, Motown. So I'm hearing these things, and then I see their name on the record, and they like, "Oh, you throwing this away?" Well, that'll be like right now. Right now, people might throw away a Lil Uzi Vert CD and might not care. Or people got CDs right now, and they would throw them away because it wouldn't be a big thing because they got digital media. Yeah. So in that same sense, when I was younger, people just throw out stuff that was like, whatever. I bought this for a couple dollars. I could get another one. And then at this point, records would have singles, or then you would have the whole record. So people would be quick to throw away them singles. It's whatever. I got the whole record. You can have that little single. Stuff like that. So that's what got me started. But moving a lot, I couldn't keep it. You can't put a record in a backpack. They didn't make cases to carry records. You only carry records in crates. And still today, I mean, I seen a few adjustments. They have some packs now for DJs that travel where you can put records in. I just don't like it. So I stick with the crates. So that's what got me started originally. But that didn't last. Every time I moved, I couldn't take them with me. So once I got a job and became an adult and I could start my own collection, then I would say I'm about 20 something years in right now and collecting it myself. Where I could keep it and now I move and I keep my records going with me. So
Yeah, because even me, I say I'm like, oh, I've been collecting for like 8 years, but really
yeah.
it's like the past 4 years.
Yeah.
I started with CDs, but then I went to records.
Yeah.
Uh,
Same thing for me.
uh,
Because they started pressing more vinyls as they got popular, and now you could go back and get things you never had. Because at first I was just going to thrift shops and yard sales trying to get records because they didn't sell them in stores. But then you get Fry's and Circuit City and Best Buy, they started to bring vinyls in there. And even the Barnes and Nobles. So they started to bring in vinyls. And then Amazon kicked off and they started to bring in vinyls. So that kicked up my record collection when originally it was very low. So that big kick probably came in about 2013, 2014, I got a real big kick because of those places really started to open up their vinyl collection.
and I would say too, some of these places don't realize they don't value hip hop as much
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. It's probably gonna change in the next because white kids are really liking hip hop. So it's gonna change in the next like 5 years. But like go to some of these places, you can get like a real good ass deal.
Uh-huh.
I got a DMX. I always like I got DMX and Redman for like $5. Like
Oh, see,
at Urban Outfitters, like
I'm taking all that. Give me that. Give me the whole rack.
I don't. It could be any Redman album. I'm buying it,
Yeah,
but
I'll be that.
$5.
I want.
So I mean, I'm gonna describe your taste in music. Like this.
I would just say soul music, you know. That's it. It hits your soul. You feel it. Like for me, I judge music by how I feel as soon as it hits. If I can't feel it, I don't care how famous they are. I don't care who your sister, mama, cousin. I don't care how many records you sell. It doesn't matter to me. So it's people out here that got trillions of fans. Hey, I don't like it. So if I don't feel the soul in it, because it has to start somewhere. If you're just writing songs to make a hit, it could sound different than if a song comes from within you. Maybe you experience something. So the people that write those love songs because they're really in love sounds different than somebody just trying to make a hit of a love song. If you're just writing a song. So when it really comes out of you from your core, I can feel that. So I just like all music that has soul in it. If it doesn't have soul, it's not for me, you know. Skittles,
Soul,
Eminem, whatever that dude name is, that ain't for me. You know?
soul can be okay. Soul can be like it's not just like R&B soul. So
Yes,
you're defining it. Okay.
yes. There's rap soul. There's the understood soul music of the '60s to the '80s. The neo soul. There's jazz soul. You know, people categorize it that way. But for me, all of it, all genres have soul to it. If I can feel it, I can get with it. If I can't, you're out of there.
Who said that? Who said that line too? That's like a Big Crit lyric right there. You just I don't
Hey,
know if you intentionally did that.
Crit younger than me, so he got that from me.
So do you know the first vinyl you owned?
Yeah, it was Nas, Illmatic.
Illmatic
Easy
was your
work.
first one?
Easy work. I had that tape a couple of times. I bought the CD a couple of times. Couldn't wait till I could find it on a vinyl. Like I kept searching and searching until I could find it.
Mine was a low end theory, so
That was the second one.
I got that as a gift. And I was like, oh, we're not gonna talk about who gave me it, but moving along.
Past relationships. It's
So
not.
so do you have any complete discographies? Like you want to
Yeah,
show them, you can
yeah. You
draw.
know, hey, you know, it's easy to get the complete ones when it's only a few in the discography.
Yeah.
So, look, oh, complete discography. I have the complete. I have the complete. You know, I also have the Fugees complete. I got that first album that a lot of people don't know about. So I got the first one, and you know they got 3 albums if you want to call it 3. So I got Fugees. I got Outkast. Outkast got a couple albums together. I got all of them. Notorious B.I.G. 2 albums.
Wow.
Then he came out with the 2 extended albums of people playing extra beats to it, and I got those
I
too.
don't like those ones. I despise those ones actually.
Eric B and Rakim got all them.
Mm.
Then Bryson Tiller, he got 3 albums. I got all 3 of those. I heard his sound when it first came out, and that was very new. And it's been copied so many times right now that Bryson Tiller gets lost. And a lot of people will go, "Oh, his album sound the same as the first one." Hey, you know what? You're right, because he classed a sound together that wasn't done. I didn't hear it before him. So if somebody did it before him, hey, somebody let me know. But he pushed that. I heard his sound in like 2013 is when I heard his sound. And I was like, oh man, this is not, and I saw him in concert. He was touring with, he was not the headliner. So, and I saw him in somebody else's concert. And I was like, oh man, that's real different. And then you get a Tory Lanez and all these other people come after him with that type of 90s R&B with a kick up of beat, with an upbeat like sound, and you blend it all together, and then you sing songy with the Drake on top of it. That was a different clash of sound that hasn't been really done and heard before. You can only compare it to like the Candy Shop with 50 Cent or like your boy Ja Rule, or Nelly kind of trying to sing a little bit on the raps. That's the most you had to compare it to. But to have that 90s beat with a kick up of 808s in the song with the rap, put it all together like that, because Drake wasn't it yet. Drake's still coming out. Drake is still 2010, 2011. Drake is still trying to emerge. So that wasn't even the whole flow at this point. So that Bryson Tiller sound was really, really new, and that's the reason why I have his albums, because I can take that level of originality. I love it.
His sound, because there's always been like, I know people think like Drake's the first rapper. Well, not people who don't listen to music think Drake's the first rapper to sing. And I want to listen to any rapper from Texas, really. But
there you go. Big Mo.
He's the first one. Bryson's the first one to do it on like that type of beat. Like I've heard artists sing and like blend it. He's the first one I'm like, oh, you're doing this on like a weird type of beat.
Yeah, you're gonna hit that escape. You pull out an escape beat, a SWV beat, and you pull that out. And
we did do that. He did do that.
That's a new thing. So now that's a hit factory. Then all the producers started to do it. So you got to give credit to people. Like people give Steph Curry all this credit. Steph Curry ain't the first person to be shooting 5 feet behind the line. Gilbert Arenas was doing it before Steph Curry, like 3 years before Curry. There's people that did this before, but to make it your own way and your own sound, and I think that's what Steph Curry did. He made it his own way, and now he produced this big wave of people. James Hart made it his own way. He produced this big wave. I would say Bryson Tiller did that same thing.
Bryson definitely did that. Now, like, it's to the point that some people do it better than him.
Oh, yeah, because he ain't the strongest singer,
Yeah. So like, there's people who took his sound and was like, oh, we're gonna just do it better because we can actually sing.
Yeah. But, Jacquees, all these people, they out here coming after him. And then I also got that all the Tribe. Everything Tribe Called Quest, but even they newest album that came out like a couple years ago.
I got all theirs on CD. I mean, I got Midnight Marauders and Low End on vinyl. But I got all their albums on CD except that newest one. Even the one that I don't like, the Love Movement. I hate that one. I was like, what y'all doing with this? Like, you can't listen to like Low End Theory and then like go to that. It's like, nah.
Each rhymes, it's kind of hard to. That's tough.
It's like them just rapping like. You can tell they were about to split. We split in album.
Yeah, basically. We got to get up out of here.
So what albums do you believe that anybody who collects just music in general, not just records?
Let's pull it from the bin. See what we got. I think everybody should have these albums right here. So. A little Donny Hathaway, best of. You don't know who Donny Hathaway is. You ain't got no soul. That's all I'm gonna put you like that. No soul. You don't know who Donny Hathaway is. Genius, pure genius. You got to listen to it. Then I'm gonna say Donny Hathaway because it's like he's pushing you. Every emotion that you have as a human, I think he pushes you over the edge with whatever emotion he's portraying in each song. And you can't like. He got songs that make people cry just listening to it.
It's his voice.
Oh, he gonna take you there.
His voice.
Wherever you're going, he gonna take you there.
His
So
voice is too. It's like
Donnie was out there. So then I'm gonna give you there she is, Solange. I think people need this album. Everybody should own that, little Solange. LTD.
none of them. The only one that you can find out, I'll say right now that you're gonna be able to find, is the Solange record. Them other records you are not finding anywhere.
I mean, you're probably not, but hey, I would say everybody should own an Anita Baker record. Everybody should own Marvin Gaye. Everybody should own Stevie Wonder. Like you have to. So Roberta Flack, you gotta like this is real music. These are true singers. Like these people touch every human being in the vicinity when they sing.
Yeah.
So you go to their concert and there's not a person not paying attention. Like even the security guards are soaked in. So I would list those because, you know, so from the top, Marvin Gaye, Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Betty Wright, Roberta Flack, and Anita Baker. All of them touch the entire crowd. You gotta be soaked in when you listen to them. It's they immerse you into the music and you really feel what they feel. And they give it off every time. They pass that vibration to you. So you knew you went to a concert or you knew you heard something great when you listened to them. So that's why I would say those.
That's why I started buying. I just started buying live albums.
Yeah.
These vinyls of live albums. That it sounds so much different. Like just like with the crowd, number one, and then hearing like live. That tests you now. That some people can't perform live. I done seen some people be terrible.
There you go. And there's no Roger Troutman ain't out yet. There's no auto-tune.
Yeah.
So this is you either hitting it or you not. So you get that Marvin Gaye live, you in there, man. You need to hear Trouble Man live and what's going on live. Man.
Marvin Gaye is probably the person I have the most of in my collection of just music in general because one, I don't know why it's like a trend right now, but like Marvin Gaye's albums are just popping up everywhere I go. So, but the price be ridiculous on some of them.
They do that.
That album that he like dissed his wife, that album is like popular all of a sudden. I don't even think it's a good album. Like I heard it and I'm like, I think he phoned it in. Like personally.
Run the check. He was trying out for the Eagles at that, or the Lions. That's what he was doing. He's trying out for the Detroit Lions.
He phoned that album in. That one is like, people are like, this is the greatest album. I'm like, what? He clearly ain't trying. Like, he didn't want to pay his wife.
Maybe he was in a binge at that point, but who knows? Whatever, you know.
But so what are some of the newest records that you added to your collection?
Glad that you asked. I got one of your favorite people. You know. Bam, there she is, Mary Mary. I know this is one of your favorites. So this is one of the newest. Even though it was an old album, it came out like '94. But hey, My Life. So she got some old. You got that old cut, that Mary Jane. That's from that All Night Long sample. It's a couple of samples on here. So My Life got a sample. Then you got I'm Going Down on here. This is too much. Be Happy. That's probably one of my favorite. Might be my most my favorite song from Mary J. Blige. Be Happy. That's So yeah, 25th anniversary. You see that? I'm probably never gonna open this.
I slandered her enough. I'm not gonna get up here. Hey. Even though all the songs that she sampled are way better than her songs. All the ones that she used a sample are like, she picked the wrong ones. I can't rock with them. But that's probably her. If you're gonna play a Mary J. Blige around me, that's the only album that I can tolerate. So
this is the only Mary J. album I have. I don't want the rest. This is the only one I wanted. So, and then I'm gonna hit you with that Super Duper Fly. This is one of the newest ones I got. Again, this is an older album. I don't have too many like newly produced music albums. Not too many. I can't rock with you. If you before 1996, it's hard to get me to buy it. Hard. You got to come hard in 1996. Before that, I'm with you. After that, you got to come hard. Like, Missy's an originator. This is, everybody knows her videos, her dance scenes, sequences, the way she flows, the way she raps. She can speed it up, slow it down. And Missy's a great singer. Yeah. And she's a writer. And she's a choreographer. Like, she's the complete package. This changed so much when Super Duper Fly came out. The Rain video, and then that's a sample. So it's, again, this is so much. I love it when it's spent one time. You spin it 2 times, I can't listen to it. So, right now I would say a lot of songs are at its 4th or 5th wash. When you get a song on the first wash, you get that first rendition of the sample, I can rock with it. Now you sampled the sample, or you sampled the sample of the sample of the sample. You're done. I can't. It's too far for me.
Because I've heard too many songs that sample the Mrs. Rain. So it's like you sampling a sample. Like, how that work? You can't make no money off of that record, by the way, too. People who sample, you're not making any money off of that.
You get tour money. That's all you're getting.
Because
tour money.
You're paying everybody. But
all right, so I split this episode into 2, so I'm ending it after this part. But next part will come out next week, so tune in. Until next time.